Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're doing something a little different. Instead of the usual articles, our source is actually a guided sleep journey. It's called Rest, Relaxation, and Stillness.
Mm.
And I'm really fascinated by, how these things are actually constructed, what goes into making them work. So our mission today is to sort of unpack the layers, look at the techniques, the design behind creating this path to deep rest.
Yeah, it's an interesting source, isn't it? We're basically looking at how language and pacing and imagery are all deliberately used, how they're crafted to, well, guide your state of mind, because these experiences, they're really carefully built, It's much more than just the words you hear.
Okay, let's dive in then. The journey, it starts pretty much immediately with the breath. It invites you to notice your breath. And the instructions are very specific, almost rhythmic. Things like take a slow inhale through your nose, then hold for a moment, and exhale gently through your mouth.
Yeah.
And repeats that. It seems like a very intentional first step, guiding you deeper, releasing, softening.
Oh, absolutely. Starting with conscious breathing, that's fundamental. It's the first step because it directly taps into the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest response. And what's really clever here isn't just that breathing calms you down. Everyone sort of knows that. It's how this specific pattern, the inhale, hold, exhale, and the repetition, how it's engineered. It's designed to gently kind of bypass your thinking mind and create this almost hypnotic rhythm. So the breath itself becomes the guide, the anchor right from the start. It's foundational.
Right, that makes sense. So you're anchored with the breath, and then it shifts into something else, this really comprehensive body scan. It talks about a wave of relaxation starting right at the top of your head, your scalp, your forehead softening, eyes getting heavy, cheeks, jaw, neck, all described as melting into calm. I notice how incredibly detailed it is, moving part by part. Is there a reason for such specific detail?
That's a great point. That methodical approach, it uses what we call somatic awareness. Its main purpose isn't just to tell you to relax, it's to actively help you find and consciously release physical tension. Bit by bit, tension you might not even know you're holding on to. The detail actually helps keep your mind gently focused, but without letting it race or overthink. It helps you ground fully in your body, which is, well, really key for quieting mental chatter and getting ready for deeper relaxation. And the language used, like letting shoulders drop or the belly soften with no holding, no effort, that's very gentle, permissive language. It invites relaxation rather than commanding it.
Yeah, and it's so thorough. From the head, it moves down, shoulders releasing tension, arms getting heavy, hands relaxing completely. Then to the chest, feeling it rising and falling peacefully, noticing your heart beating slowly, breath feeling deep and natural. It specifically mentions the belly softening, no holding, no effort, just calm. Oh, and then it keeps going, right? Down through the hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and finally the feet, until your entire body's feeling safe, still, and at ease.
Wow. Exactly. That systematic scan makes sure no part of the body is sort of left out, left holding on to tension. It progressively deepens the feeling of calm. It's like building the solid foundation of physical ease layer by layer, which in turn really prepares you for what comes next in the journey.
Which is interesting because after getting you so grounded physically, it then shifts completely into this vivid visualization. You're asked to picture yourself in a quiet forest under the moonlight. With tall, still trees that are glowing gently in the silver light. Why this specific imagery? A moonlit forest.
This is where guided imagery really shows its power. That choice, the quiet forest, the moonlight, it's not random at all. It taps deeply into something called biophilia. That's our, innate human tendency to connect with nature, which is incredibly calming for most people. So the creators aren't just describing a scene, they're building a mental sanctuary for you. You're imagining walking barefoot on soft moss, feeling lighter, hearing a gentle stream and its peaceful trickle, feeling a light breeze, smelling pine and fresh earth. Each sensory detail is chosen carefully to make it immersive.
It really does sound immersive. And then you're guided to sit by the stream, then lie back on a soft bed of moss, looking up at the sky, seeing stars beginning to twinkle, and then this line, shining just for you. That feels quite personal, that specific detail.
It does, doesn't it? That phrase, shining just for you, it's subtle, but psychologically it's quite powerful. It helps create this feeling of deep personal safety, like you belong there, almost like a cosmic hug, And seeing the vastness of the stars while feeling held by nature on the moss, it helps put little worries into perspective. It lets you feel that vast peace in your body, not just think about it. Shifting from that focused body awareness to this expansive, imaginative space, It's a really smart transition in the design.
Okay, so you're feeling physically relaxed, mentally transported, and then as you drift deeper, it brings in affirmations. These are meant to, as it says, sink in and be absorbed by the heart. Things like, I am safe, I am calm, I am allowed to rest. With each breath, I feel lighter. With each breath, I let go. My body knows how to sleep. My mind is quiet. My soul is at peace. I deserve deep rest. I welcome the stillness of sleep. These feel like more than just positive thinking, right? What's the idea here?
You're absolutely right. They're definitely more than just happy thoughts. These are carefully chosen examples of, well, it's essentially cognitive restructuring,
Okay.
positive self-talk designed to gently adjust subconscious beliefs. See, after the body's relaxed and the mind's found this peaceful place, the affirmations add another layer of reinforcement. They directly tackle common anxieties around sleep or even self-worth, like I am allowed to rest or my body knows how to sleep. That's powerful. And the idea of them being absorbed by the heart suggests integrating these beliefs on a deeper emotional level. It's about preparing both your conscious and, importantly, your subconscious mind to fully surrender to sleep.
And then, after all that, the breath, the body scan, the visualization, the affirmations, it all just gently winds down. The instructions get really minimal. You are now surrounded by quiet, drifting deeper into stillness. There's nothing you need to do, nowhere to be, except right here, resting. And then the music just fades out slowly into silence. It doesn't just stop. Why is that fade out, that final release, important?
That final, quiet wind down is crucial for integration. It allows everything to settle. The gradual fade to silence lets that state of stillness you've cultivated throughout the whole journey really set in. Without a sudden stop, that might jolt you back towards wakefulness. It's like a smooth landing, a seamless descent into rest. It reinforces that final message. There's truly nothing you need to do anymore. Just be and let sleep arrive. It's the final touch.
Wow. So looking back at this whole journey, rest, relaxation, and stillness, it really shows an incredible layering of techniques, doesn't it? You got the breath work with its specific rhythm, setting the foundation, then the super detailed body scan, using that somatic awareness piece, then the shift to evocative visualization, tapping into our connection with nature, and finally those powerful affirmations for kind of rewiring thoughts. Every single step seems designed to lead towards that deep stillness.
Absolutely. The real skill is how these techniques, which might seem simple on their own, are woven together so meticulously. Guided breath, body awareness, imagination, positive self-talk, they all work together, building on each other. And maybe this deep dive makes us think, what does this tell us about what we fundamentally need for rest? Safety, release, that imaginative escape, and perhaps how could we maybe bring some of those principles, that focused awareness, that gentle self-talk into our own lives, even without listening to a track?
That's a great question to leave our listeners with. Thinking about the craft behind it, what elements stood out most to you? And how might understanding this intentional design change how you think about or approach your own rest?